Hey guys, it's Melanie. Happy Friday and welcome to Friday Favorites and Flops. I hope you guys had a really good week. I've had a pretty good week around here. It was our first official week of no school and it was good. It's a good week. This weekend is supposed to be this super intense heat wave where I live. I think it's going to be like 110 for the next several days. It's really warm for us, and you will not catch me outside in that at all. I will be inside of my house, and since we can't really go do anything fun this weekend because of the heat, I think I might organize my pantry. So delightful, right? Anyway, so those are my weekend plans. Let me know what you plan on doing this weekend in the comments down below. So I have my Friday favorites and flops, and we have some flops this week. We have a few things. So yeah, anyway, let's get into it. I'm gonna start with this. I love this. This is the brand new Dermatology Physical Tinted Moisturizer SPF 44. I have been using this now for several weeks. They did send it in advance of the release. I do partner with Dermatology. I think they're a great skincare brand, and I really love their products. I purchase their products myself. I mean, they send me PR from time to time, but I purchase things from them myself. For example, my current bottle of needleless serum, paid with my PayPal account. But anyway, they did send me this in advance, and I love this. Oily skin girls, here you go. So this is in their universal tint. This is a slightly more glowy SPF, so I do have to matte it down with some powder, but I put it on before powder foundation, so works fine for me. I just don't like a super glowy look to the skin. I think, to me, a glowy look equates to greasy look to the skin, because I have oily skin. So when I see people with like a glowy look to their skin, what doesn't pop into my head is, oh, what a beautiful glow. What pops into my head is that on purpose, or is she as oily as I am? Like, that's what pops into my head. I don't like a shiny look. I don't. I know a lot of you do. It's not for me. So I kill the glow, but if you like glow, you can get a glow from this. The moral of the story is this holds up on my oily skin, which is really the key. This does have a tint, and I did have a few people say that people that have a darker skin tone, this may not be dark enough for them, and that could very well be the case. I certainly hope that Dermatology extends this range. For example, I would like a shade that is actually a little bit lighter than their universal, because I'm pretty pasty year-round. The universal, I think, is good for all of those with a light medium skin tone, a medium skin tone, probably a tan, olive skin tone. I think you guys are all going to be fine. If you're super dark, I don't know that you wouldn't get the white cast from this. And if you're super pale, it might be a teensy bit too dark for you. Let me just show you guys. There you go. So there you can see that tint. So it works pretty well for me. It's just a teensy bit too dark, but once I really work it into the skin and then obviously go in with my powder foundation, it all works out and we're good. But I did want to mention that. So I do have my code with them for 20% off. So if you want to try it, this retails for $28. The code's for 20% off. This is quite a bit of SPF, by the way. This is 2.1 ounces. So it's a good amount of SPF. Normally they're around like 1.5 ounces. So I think this is a good size. I will have a review of this for you guys on Monday. I'm hoping I can film it this weekend if it's not too uncomfortably hot here in the back of the house. This is the Even Skin Lumo. I have been using this on my neck, kind of going down onto like this area right here on my like upper chest. I've been using this for several months now, and I'm really excited to share my thoughts with you guys. This particular device does several different things. It has some blue light, some red light, it has radio frequency, a couple of other things. We'll talk about everything in depth on Monday. But I have really been loving this device, you guys. It is solid. It's actually kind of heavy. And I just think the construction of it after using it for a while is really fantastic. So stay tuned for my full review on Monday. And then at some point in July, I want to do a like a skincare with me for the summertime. And I'll show you guys a demo in that video about using this on my neck, how I actually use it. But Monday's video will just be what I know that I've noticed so far since starting this device, because typically I don't use devices on my neck. So this was kind of an interesting experiment for me, and it's going well, so that's good. And by the way, that you can use this on your face. The reason that I am not using this one on my face is because I've been using the tripolar radio frequency on my face, and I've been wanting to save this one for my neck so that I'm not like confusing the results between the two, if that makes sense. So there's that. For masking this week, I did use one of my favorite summer masks this week just because I put it in my skincare fridge and I just thought it would feel so nice on like a hot evening to put this on. It's going back in my fridge and you'll probably see this. Sorry, I put on a lot of lip gloss this morning. You'll probably see this several more times this summer. Yeah, I think with 110 degrees and this being cold when I put it on my face, it's gonna be delightful. Ooh, and I'm spilling some of it. There you go. This mask is fantastic at soothing the skin. So this has celery sprouts and cannabis sativa seed oil in it. This just is really a nice refresher type mask. I don't think that I see any super drastic, crazy results. I mean, it certainly hydrates my skin, it soothes it. If I have any irritation, it kind of just like seems to calm everything. And it feels great. So it's one of those things where this is probably unnecessary, but it's just nice to have. So I enjoy that a lot. This week, I've also been doing a little bit of peeling with my Dr. Dennis Gross clinical grade resurfacing liquid peel. So this is a two-step process. This is a little bit more intense than the daily peel pads that I normally use from Dr. Dennis Gross. I feel like I'm almost out of this. Oh yeah, I'm nearing the end of this. This will definitely be gone soon, which is disappointing because it's a little bit expensive, but it does work incredibly well. So I'll be repurchasing right away. But if you're looking for a step up in terms of a peel from the daily peel pads, I would give these two a try. They come as a pair. So there is step 1 and step 2. So it's the alpha beta acid pH 3 in step 1 and the anti-aging neutralizer in step 2. This is like a 5-minute process and it just really refreshes the skin. Again, provides a little bit of a deeper exfoliation, I feel like, than the daily peel pads do. And I do like that, especially in the summer. I've been testing a new deodorant and it's not an antiperspirant. This is actually the Think Magnesium deodorant. I think I found a natural deodorant that, one, doesn't irritate my poor armpits, because every time that I've tried a natural deodorant, especially if they use baking soda, it just wrecks my underarms. And I really want to be the type of person that stops using antiperspirant. I really want to be that person. But so far, I haven't found just a straight up deodorant, like that doesn't have aluminum or BPA or parabens or whatever in it, that has worked. So this might be it. I think I need to test it a little bit longer. I'll have a good test this weekend. Oh, that's my phone. Hold please. Sorry about that. That was my beautiful little daughter. So Stella is actually staying with my mom and dad up in Olympia this weekend. She's doing Camp Oma. So I have a weekend to myself, thus cleaning the pantry, which is a little bit harder to do when Stella is constantly in and out of it, looking for snacks because she's 9 and going through a growth spurt and just shoving food in her face every 5 minutes. Anyway, so far I really like this deodorant, so let's leave it at that there. now let's get to some good stuff. Okay, we're gonna start with the flop here when it comes to the makeup stuff. If you missed my video on Wednesday, I tried some cream products from the Jillian Dempsey makeup brand. I didn't pay for these items, they were sent to me. I'm pretty sure after the video, I'm probably not going to be getting anything from them ever again, which is fine. But I got these products from the Octoly website, and they are cream-based products. And a lot of you have said in the past that, you know, you have oily skin and there's cream products that you really enjoy, and it's just in the application of them, and, you know, that I should think about trying them. So I thought, well, since I can order these from Octoly and I don't have to pay for them, they're a little bit less risky for me to try, I guess. Although I would have returned these. Had I spent money on these, personally, I would have returned these. They are not the type of cream products that I think are good for oily skin at all. They're very greasy feeling. There's a lot of coconut oil in these products. I believe there's castor oil as well. They're just going to be a better product for someone with a much drier skin type who needs that type of moisture and hydration. I don't. I need moisture and hydration, don't get me wrong. But I don't need it in the form of these ingredients, because I had to wash my face within a couple of hours of putting this stuff on. It was awful looking. It didn't look that terrible on camera, but you could see every bit of texture on my face if you were like standing in front of me. And even Stella was like, I love her, she's so honest, and I want her to be honest. But she was like, yeah, Mom, it looks like it went into all of your holes on your face. That was Stella's wording. That translates to all of it sank into my pores, and it looked like I just had like peach dots all over where I had the blush. It just was a mess. And then I got a pimple, like it just, no. Sorry, Jillian Dempsey, but I can't. Not with that stuff. And then I also did an all drugstore tutorial, and so I went to Ulta and Target, picked up a few things that I needed, and that video went up yesterday. So I wanted to let you guys know about the wear of the products. I actually just filmed that video yesterday, so I can give you the update after having worn it all day. And so let's get into it. I'm gonna start with the eyeshadow palette, which was, I think, the real winner in that entire little drugstore makeup haul. This is the ColourPop That's Taupe. This is beautiful. So here are my thoughts after wearing this all day. First of all, these mattes are really nice. These guys have a nice matte formula. Very blendable, easy to build up, not quite as pigmented as what I'm used to with my higher end eyeshadows, but if you just add some more product and kind of layer, you can get almost the exact same look in terms of like a crease shade for sure. So this is a great palette for that. The shimmer shades kind of in this middle part here and right here, they're a little chunky feeling. They're not as finely milled as I would prefer. You still get a nice like glowy lid look, and I'm wearing this palette again today, by the way. You still get a nice like glowy lid look, but it's more of like, it almost feels like a chunky glitter. It's just not very smooth. Can you guys see that on the tip of my finger there? You definitely have to, you can kind of see, do you see those chunks? It's a little chunky, and you got to work with it a little bit, but once you do, the look is very nice. And was it Marjorie? I think it was Marjorie that maybe had said that it looks very similar to a lot of my other eye looks, and it did, very much so. Right after applying it, looked exactly like a lot of my other eye looks. I think the difference was that I noticed that it faded a lot faster throughout the day. So there wasn't the intensity. Once I got to about 3-4 o'clock in the afternoon, I started noticing a little bit of the fading. And then by around like 7-8 o'clock at night, I was like, yeah, that's pretty faded. But that's fine. I mean, if you just need your makeup to last during a normal work day, this is just fine for that. So if you are looking for a great neutral drugstore palette, maybe something just to travel with, because if you lose this, it's 14 bucks, not 150 like the Viseart palette. So this would be great for travel. This would totally be something that I would pick up for Stella too. Like first getting her started with makeup, like ColourPop I think is a brand that I would totally let her go ham on because they seem to have some pretty good stuff. So this is great. I am not returning this. I'm gonna keep it. I can't tell you how frequently I will personally reach for it, but I do think it will be fun to try different looks with this and be able to just have at least one drugstore eyeshadow option that I can heartily recommend, and this would definitely be it. The other eyeshadow palette that I was wearing earlier in the week that I freaking love, it's still this Marc Jacobs Cheerific palette. I don't know if this is still available. It might be silly for me to even mention it, but I love this. And I was still wearing it pretty much towards the beginning of the week. I did get it in this duo here. It was like 30 bucks, and the mascara too, you guys. I'm loving having this mascara back in my life. It's the Velvet Noir. Different packaging because it was released with the Cheerific collection, Cherry collection, whatever they call this. This is fabulous. I did not go and purchase any more backups of the mascara, but I think maybe I'll do that this weekend. If there's still some available, I might grab maybe like 2 or 3 more. It's just such a great mascara, and I'm bummed that it's going away because it's a fantastic formula for volume. But another great volume formula, I don't know why I'm struggling getting that out. Another great volume formula is actually the Milani Highly Rated. So this is what I used in that tutorial. This is a fantastic mascara. It's like 10 bucks. So yeah, this isn't much more. This is like, I think on sale for 13 bucks. 3 bucks more, you can get the Marc Jacobs Velvet Noir, but this by itself is fantastic. I've already actually purchased this just as like a mascara to have before and really liked it, so it's good. Milani Highly Rated, you are a winner for volume for sure. My Milani Baked Blush in Luminoso, still such a huge fan of this. A lot of you mentioned that you don't like this shade, that you think it pulls kind of orange on you, which is strange because for me, I hate when things are orange on my face at all. This just comes off as the prettiest peach on me. I do like a nice peach. I don't like an orange, but I mean, it might have to do with skin tone too. But this on me, just, I'm wearing this again today. It's just so pretty. And it has just this nice like glow to it. I don't know. For me, for my like light pasty, warm, yellowy skin, this seems to be a good fit. So I really still love this. I have a slight flop here. So this is the Ulta Beauty Adjustable Coverage Foundation. So let me tell you guys about how this wore throughout the day. By 2, 3 in the afternoon, this was starting to break up on my face. And by break up, I mean it was just like separating. Today, I am wearing it again, just to make sure that maybe it wasn't some like fluke or I did something wrong, but I'm testing it again today, and I can tell you it's already starting to break up around here. So what time is it right now? It's 11:51. I put my makeup on at 7 this morning. So not even noon, and it's breaking up around my nose, and you can see that I'm starting to get pretty kind of shiny, and I think that's also because this isn't working quite as well as some of my other powder products in terms of absorbing the oil and just wearing better on my oily skin. So the Fair to Light Warm was the color that I chose. This is the perfect color match for me, you guys. If you think you have my skin tone, this is great in terms of a color match, but it doesn't have the oomph or just the lasting power that I need. If you have normal or combination skin, this is probably gonna last a heck of a lot longer on you. For dry skin, I don't know that dry skin would love this. I mean, it does have a slightly, I would say, creamy texture, but it looks pretty matte on the skin when you first put it on. And I feel like for dry skin people, that would be a major turnoff. So yeah, I wouldn't get it if you have a dry skin type. You stick with the Laura Geller Balance and Brighten, and I think you are in a good spot there. But this, I'm gonna return this one. If I can find my receipt, I think I stuck it in one of these drawers back here. I'm gonna return this because there's just no way that I'm even gonna finish it. It just didn't wear on my oily skin long enough. So not that I need my foundation to last until 9 p.m., but if it's only gonna last like 4 or 5 hours, that's just not enough for me personally. So yeah, a little bit of a flop here, but not a crazy disappointment. I mean, if I had to, I could probably just reapply and, you know, like make it work, but I don't want to put that type of effort in. It's just not me. And then the CoverGirl Clean Fresh Pressed Powder. I'm surprised this didn't do a better job of absorbing the excess oil throughout the day either. I mean, this used to be my go-to for making my face as matte as humanly possible in like 1994. But yeah, it doesn't have a crazy nice texture. I'm a little bit of a snob when it comes to the textures of makeup products at this point. I like them when they're very finely milled. I don't like things that look too powdery, but I like a matte look. There's just a very specific way that I need my powder products to work for me because of my skin type. And this one just didn't like do it for me. Now this was, I think I bought this at Target. I'm not gonna return this to Target. I'll probably just pass this along to Stella. I think it's gonna be fine for Stella just to kind of like play around with. So, and it's pink. She'll eat that up. So we'll give that to Stella. I think this I'm gonna return. But another winner from the week was definitely the NYX Butter Gloss. I really still love these butter glosses, you guys. This is a shade Creme Brulee. If you're looking for a nice basic lip gloss and you want like a huge color range, these are perfect. They have pigment to them, but they're not opaque. They feel really soft and smooth. They're creamy. I feel like they don't really travel that much. They do kind of go into the lip lines periodically, so you'll have to smooth that out again. But for the price point, I don't think you can beat these NYX Butter Glosses, and they're fantastic. So that would absolutely wholeheartedly be a recommendation for you guys. And then the last thing, the blush that I was also really kind of loving this week, and I feel like I mentioned this last week, it's the Diffused Heat from Hourglass. We are in Diffused Heat season here. I love this shade during the summer months. This looks so perfect as just like that summer, like on your cheeks, like. And it has that beautiful texture. Such a big sucker on, like, you run your finger across this and it's smooth, and look at that shade. That's what it looks like when you blend everything together. Yeah, there's absolutely a difference in texture for sure. And I prefer smoother textures. That's just my thing. But in that video, I also said, there's great stuff at the drugstore. And, you know, I think if you love a drugstore makeup, I think that is fantastic. You are saving yourself a heck of a lot of money. But I've also not purchased nearly as much makeup as I used to since not shopping at the drugstore. So for me, it's probably smart to not buy a ton of stuff there because I'm just more tempted to buy more because it's less expensive, but then I don't use all of it anyway, and then it just sits there and it just becomes kind of a waste anyway. So I still have way more makeup than any one human being should have. And I think if I were to get like sucked back into drugstore makeup, it would just make this whole situation worse for me. And I've given away a ton of stuff over the last several years. I mean, you guys have seen my declutters. Like, I have more than halved my makeup collection. More than half of it is gone, and there's still a lot. So with the high-end makeup, I just tend to be a little bit more selective because it's more expensive. So that's just kind of my reasoning for it. And I feel like sometimes I should explain that because I get a lot of requests for drugstore tutorials, and I just don't have that much stuff. And, you know, someone had mentioned there's great stuff at the drugstore, but if you don't see yourself using it, then don't buy it. Seems silly. And I do agree with that. Just pick what works for you. There is a plethora and a world of makeup to choose from. And just because I like something or don't like something doesn't mean that you should think the same. The world is a beautiful, big place of lots of things to choose from, and everyone should love and wear what they want to wear. There's my spiel. Okay, I'm going to get this video up for today, and I do have some home fragrance stuff pre-recorded for the weekend because there is no way I am lighting any candles in my house this weekend. So yeah, if you're interested in home fragrance content, that will be coming up for the weekend. Otherwise, I will see you guys back here next week for more beauty content. Please subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Toodaloo.